Hi there, it's March 28th and time for Proverbs 28. Just a few left this month. Let's jump over there and get smaller here. We'll get right into it. Verse 1, the wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. Okay. Some people use this as an excuse not to go jogging. Okay. Yeah, the wicked run when no one's chasing them. So there's that. And it's true, the wicked flee. They're always looking over their shoulders because they did something wrong. And your own spirit will haunt you if you do that kind of stuff. When a land transgresses, it has many rulers, but with men of understanding and knowledge, its stability will long continue. Now that's kind of turned around, isn't it? By the transgression of land, many are its princes, but a man of understanding and knowledge, so it endures. That's weird. Let's look this up in a different version, shall we? Let's go to the NIV. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but a ruler with discernment and knowledge maintains order. I say that makes more sense. Okay? That makes more sense. Okay. We'll just leave this NIV up here for a while. Why not? Okay. Number 3, a poor man who oppresses the poor is a beating rain that leaves no food. Right. And this is a ruler over here, or a poor person. And if you go to the ghetto, there's always some poor person beating on other poor people and oppressing them, wanting to rule over the ghetto. And stealing what little they have. And those kind of rulers do no good, right? Okay, number 4. Those who forsake the law praise the wicked, but those who keep the law strive against them. Right. Lots of that going on, huh? Lots of that going on. Let's go back where we were. 5, evil men do not understand justice, but those who seek the Lord understand it completely. Get it? They will understand justice, though, won't they? Number 6. This always gets highlighted. Better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is perverse in his ways, or crooked though he is rich. Integrity is always more important than anything else. It's better to be. We all know lots of rich people who are very perverse in their ways, crooked and mean. Right? He who keeps the law is a wise son, but a companion of gluttons shames his father. Gluttons doesn't mean just food. It can mean too much stuff, too many toys, and too much alcohol, and too much partying, Fathers don't like kids that do that stuff. They're ashamed of them. Verse 8. He who augments his wealth by interest and increase gathers it for him who is kind to the poor. Now this one, every time I read this, it kind of takes me like, what are you talking about? Okay. One who increases his wealth by interest of any kind collects it for one who is gracious to the poor. Well, let's jump back up to the NIV real quick and see what it says. Yes. Verse 8. He who increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another who will be kind to the poor. So, banks charge interest, loan sharks charge interest, and it says that interest, they're collecting that interest for someone who will be kind to the poor. I don't know. One day I will do a study on that. One day we'll do a study on that and see what he's talking about. 9. If one turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. All right. If you don't do what's right, God won't listen to you. 10. He who misleads the upright into an evil way will fall into his own pit, but the blameless will have a goodly inheritance. One who leads the upright astray in an evil way will himself fall into his own pit, but the blameless will inherit good. Right. Misleads the upright into an evil way. I imagine that lots of that goes on in politics. They get a good congressman or senator or somebody, and they corrupt him by enticing him away and getting him to do evil things, or giving him money. Money always does it. And then you give them money, and that's something you can blackmail them into doing what you want them to do. That's misleading the upright into an evil way. Those kind of people will fall into their own traps. But the blameless won't. Right? 11. A rich man is wise in his own eyes, but a poor man who has understanding will find him out. Right. Or it says over here, and I highlighted this last month. The rich person is wise in his own eyes, but the poor who has understanding sees through it. Right. They can always see through it. And this is true, okay? Most rich people, they think they got it all together and they know everything, and it's because there's so many people in this world that worship money, even not knowing it. If you don't have it, you worship it, and you want it, you think it'll change your life when it won't. They worship these people that have lots of money, and these people get full of themselves, and I know everything, and everybody will listen to me. That's why the celebrities they're telling you how to vote, and they're telling you how to think, and they're telling you what to do, when they're just actors, okay? They play pretend for a living and get paid very well for it. They're not studied, they're not scholars, they don't know anything except how to memorize a script. 12. When the righteous triumph, there is great glory, but when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. It's going on now, isn't it? When the wicked rise. Right. Let's just highlight that one right there. Okay. 13. He who conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. Right. Don't conceal your transgressions or your wrongdoings. 14. Blessed is a man who fears the Lord always, but he who hardens his heart will fall into calamity. Right? Blessed is the man who fears the Lord always. Just says fears always over here. And lots of people hardening their heart just don't care anymore, right? That's a bad way to be. 15. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a poor people. That's what they're trying to do, huh? They're trying to make us all poor. 16, a ruler who lacks understanding is a cruel oppressor, but he who hates unjust gain will prolong his days. Right. And they want to say, oh, these rulers today, they lack understanding and they're cruel oppressors. They don't lack understanding, okay? These people are wicked. They're evil. They know exactly what they're doing. And everything is according to a plan that they are carrying out. All right? They don't lack understanding. 17, if a man is burdened with the blood of another, let him be a fugitive until death. Let no one help him. All right. Murderers will run all their lives. 18, he who walks in integrity will be delivered, but he who is perverse in his ways will fall into a pit. Right. There it is. Integrity again. Be good. Always act like somebody's watching you, because somebody is always watching you. God sees everything you do. So you don't get away when you do stuff in private that you wouldn't do in public. That's what integrity is, acting the same way in private as you would in public. Shall we look it up? Just for kicks. See what old Bing Dictionary says. Integrity is the quality of being honest and showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values. In ethics, integrity is regarded as the honesty and truthfulness or earnestness of one's actions. There you go. Integrity can stand in opposition to hypocrisy. Right. Doing what's right all the time until it becomes your nature to always do what's right in any situation. That is the trait that I try to have over all others. Okay. 19, he who tills his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits will have plenty of poverty. I like that one. Blue. Right. He who goes to work at his job will have food, and he who chases get-rich-quick schemes will have plenty of nothing. Okay? Because it never works out. Cool. 20. A faithful man will abound with blessings, but he who hastens to be rich will not go unpunished. Faithful person will abound with blessings, but one who hurries to be rich will not go unpunished, right? Same as that one. You could put those together, I suppose. He who tries to get rich quick will not go unpunished, right? Never lasts. 21, to show partiality is not good, but for a piece of bread a man will do wrong. Right? People are starving, will do anything for food. 22, a miserly man hastens after wealth and does not know that want will come upon him. Right, miserly man. A person with an evil eye hurries after wealth and does not know that poverty will come upon him. Right. All these stingy rich guys, they always end up poor because they're so afraid of losing it that that's what they do. He who rebukes a man will afterward find more favor than he who flatters with his tongue. Yeah. If you tell someone, if you're like one of those followers, and you look great, you look fantastic, and some other guy comes up and says, you got a green thing in your teeth there, and you have this big spot on your tie. That's a rebuke, and you'll find more favor afterwards. Thanks for telling me that, man. I was going to meet the president, and that would have been terrible. Yeah, it's a good one. I highlight that since good one. 24, he who robs his father or his mother and says there is no transgression is the companion of a man who destroys. Right. It used to be a death sentence for doing that, back in the Old Testament. They stoned you. I didn't do anything wrong. All right. 25, a greedy man stirs up strife, but he who trusts in the Lord will be enriched. All right. A greedy man causes trouble. But trust in the Lord, you will be enriched. Yeah, it says it right there. It says it right there. Or will prosper, it says over here. Be made fat. 26, he who trusts in his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. Think of those people that think they know everything? Right. 27, he who gives to the poor will not want, but he who hides his eyes will get many a curse. Okay. And I harp on this all the time because I know from experience, and I have been at both ends of this, okay? I have been poor and received, and I have given to the poor. And whenever you give to the poor, the Lord pays you back with interest, okay? If you give them $1, you're going to get back $1.50 or $2, okay? The more you give, the more God gives. You pour out your cup, God keeps filling it up. So, and the faster you pour out your cup, the faster He's going to fill it up, the more you're going to get. That's the way it works. It's guaranteed. And 28, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves, but when they perish, the righteous increase. We're all waiting for that, aren't we? So, there's Proverbs 28. Weird it had 28 verses, huh? Let's see what we highlighted in here. When a land transgresses, it has many rulers. But with men of understanding and knowledge, its stability will long continue. And I think we had to go over to the NIV to get the best. To get the best. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but when a ruler with discernment and knowledge maintains order. Right. We have a ruler in mind, don't we? Or a leader in mind that will maintain order. We're all waiting for that. Not long. Unless they're going to try everything to destroy it, but hopefully we will prosper, right? Okay. Highlighted 6, better is a poor man who walks in his integrity than a rich man who is perverse in his ways, or crooked though he is rich. And there's lots of those around. There are lots of evil rich people. They're the ones that buy politicians and judges and trying to spread evil everywhere. It's better to be poor and have integrity. And then one that I'm still going to look up one day. He who augments his wealth by interest and increase gathers it for him who is kind to the poor. There's people that charge interest. Now, in the Old Testament, God said for the Israelites that they weren't allowed to charge interest to their own brothers, to other Israelites, but they could charge interest to Gentiles, foreigners. Just a little side note there. We highlighted 11. A rich man is wise in his own eyes, but a poor man who has understanding will see right through him or find him out. Right. That's why you want to have understanding, so you can see right through these rich people who think they know everything. And we talked about this at length, so we won't go into it too much. People that get money suddenly because people are following them around, they think they're smart when they're really not. So, when the wicked, highlight part of 12, when the wicked rise, men hide themselves. Right. 14, we highlighted, blessed is the man who fears the Lord always, but he who hardens his heart will fall into calamity. Or disaster, it says. Always fear the Lord. Reverence, awe, respect. We highlighted 18. He who walks in integrity will be delivered, but he who is perverse in his ways will fall into a pit or a trap. Or all at once, it says over here. Integrity. 19 and 20. He who tills his land will have plenty of bread, but he who follows worthless pursuits will have plenty of poverty. Right? A faithful man will abound with blessings, but he who hastens to be rich or follows worthless pursuits will not go unpunished or fall into poverty. Right? Slow and steady. Okay? If you want to get rich, you want to prosper, memorize the Proverbs. Okay? Read them over and over again, every day. As it says, if you attain wisdom, you will prosper. It says it all over Proverbs. It's a guarantee. Okay, 23. He who rebukes a man will afterward find more favor than he who flatters with his tongue. Now, we used a good story for that, too. Someone's going to meet the president, and another person says, oh, you look good, you look great, you look fantastic, wow, you're just sharp, and some other guy says, there's something green in your teeth there, and you have a spot on your tie. You might want to fix that before you meet the president. Okay. You're going to find more favor with this guy than, man, I could meet the president with some green in my teeth and a big spot on my tie. Thank you. Okay. Find more favor. And 26, he who trusts his own mind is a fool, but he who walks in wisdom will be delivered. Right? Think you know everything? Big mistake. You're a fool. We highlighted 27. He who gives to the poor will not want, but he who hides his eyes will get many a curse. Right? You're poor walking by, you see him hungry, you just avert your gaze. If you got $2 in your pocket, give him $1. Okay, give it to him. You have a debit card. It's no big deal. Give him $1. You'll make his day. And you won't want. You won't be lacking anything. So, it says right here, see, we'll never lack anything. So there you go. There's Proverbs 28 for March 28th. Almost done with another one. Okay. Got 3 left, and then we'll start all over again. And if there's a version you want me to use that I haven't used yet, let me know in the comments. There's lots of versions out there. Lots and lots of versions out there that we can use for this. And I'm thinking of using a paraphrase version next time, and I will always parallel it with an actual word-for-word version, so there won't be any confusion. I might use the Living Bible or something, just because I don't read that Bible, but it'd be interesting to get another take on the Proverbs. Somebody else says, and still be able to parallel it with a genuine word for word, just to compare the two. We'll do that. Stay tuned later today. We finally finished all the land in Joshua and all the stuff, and now they're going to get back into the story again. So, see what happens. So stay tuned for that. Give us a like if you think about it. Catch up on any you may have missed. Until next time, remember, integrity. See ya.